students, today we are going to continue class 11 physics, chapter number 2, that is units and measurement. In this video we are going to cover the topic that is combination of errors. So first of all, let me remind you what error is. Error is what? It is nothing but inaccuracy in the measurement, right? Whatever measurement you are taking of any physical quantity and the error that we are getting, right? That means inaccurate value that we are getting, not the exact value. Then that difference between the true value and the measured value is called as error. Now, what is combination of error? Now see, when you do the experiment, right, you take several measurements and in that measurement you get errors. So, as for example, I want to measure the density of the material, and we know density is what? It is nothing but mass upon volume, right? If you want to measure the density of a material, then we should calculate first the mass of that material and then the volume of the material. Now see, when we are taking the measurement of the material, of the mass of the material, then we will be getting error in the mass. We will be getting error in the mass, right? Then we will be calculating the volume and we will be getting error in volume also, right? Because as we have already discussed, when we are taking measurement, we will be getting error. So when you are taking the mass of the material, you will be getting error in that. When you are taking volume of the material, you will be getting the error in that volume, right? So when you are calculating the density after getting the mass and the volume, then you will be getting the error and in density also, and that error in density is due to what? It is due to error in mass and error in volume. So when you are taking the measurement, then in the final result it will be due to what? It will be due to the error in different physical quantities. So this error is combined. Here you can see the error in mass upon the error in volume. Here the final error you get in the form of that is due to the mass and the volume. Now see, how can we combine the error? The error can be combined in four different mathematical operations. That is addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So error can be combined in four different mathematical operations, right? These four operations, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So first of all, let us see how the errors combine in addition. Now see, first of all let us see, we are having two physical quantities. Let A and B be two physical quantities. And here I have to do what? I need to combine the errors, but in the form of what? In the form of addition. Because I am having two physical quantities, that is A and B, and these physical quantities are to be added. So the physical quantity A, its measured value will be what? Measured value of A, that can be written as A plus minus delta A, where delta A, that is what? That is error in A, where delta A is error in A. In the same way, the other physical quantity that can be written as, that is the measured value of B, that is B plus minus delta B, where delta B is equals to error in measured value, and that difference is error. So the measured value of every quantity can be represented like this. The physical quantity plus or minus its error. So here we are having physical quantity A. So it can be represented as A plus minus delta A, that is with its error. And here we are having physical quantity B. So it can be represented with its error, that is B plus minus delta B. Now here what we want? We want the addition of these two physical quantities, because we want to know how the error can combine in addition. So let us suppose after adding these two measured values, these two physical quantities, that is A and B, we are getting the result such as Z, right? Here Z is the result of the addition of A and B. Now see, because we are having error in A, because we are having error in B, then we will get the error in the result also, that is we will be getting the error in Z also, right? So the Z can be represented as Z plus minus delta Z, right? So how this can be written? Now see, we are having Z plus minus delta Z to represent Z, B plus minus delta B to represent B, and A plus minus delta A to represent A, right? So these equations can be written as Z plus minus delta Z equals to, A can be represented as what? A plus minus delta A. Then we are having plus sign. Then here B is represented as what? It is represented as B plus minus delta B. Now when I open this bracket, A plus minus delta A plus B plus minus delta B. Taking these two terms in front, I can write like this: A plus B plus minus delta A plus minus delta B. So splitting these terms, that is the error and these physical quantities A and B, it can be written as Z plus minus delta Z equals to A plus B, taking plus minus common, here I am having plus minus common delta A plus delta B. So I can split this term. Z is equals to what? A plus B. So from above equation, I can write like this. This is my measured value, right? That is Z equals to A plus B. And these plus minus Z, delta Z, and plus minus delta A plus delta B, that represents what? That represents error. So I can write like this: plus minus delta Z equals to plus minus delta A plus delta B. Cancelling this plus minus symbol, what I am having is delta Z is equals to delta A plus delta B. Now see, the error that we are getting in the result, that is delta Z, and we have seen that this delta Z, that is what? That is the absolute error in the result. Delta A is what? Absolute error in physical quantity A. Delta B is what? Absolute error in physical quantity B. So from these equation, we can write it as the absolute error of the absolute error in the result is equal to the summation of absolute error in the individual quantities. The absolute error, that is delta Z, absolute error in the result is equal the summation of, these are what, summation of absolute errors of physical quantity A and physical quantity B. So I can write it as is the summation of the absolute error in individual quantities, right? So you may note down this, that when we are adding two physical quantities, then the error that we are getting in the result, that will be what, that will be the absolute error in the result, which is equals to the summation of absolute error in the individual physical quantities, right? So you may note down this. Now see, now going to next mathematical operation, that is subtraction. That is when two physical quantities are subtracted, then how can we calculate the error in its result, that is error in its difference. So next is for subtraction. Okay. Again let us take A and B as the physical quantities. Here let us take A greater than B. So we can subtract physical quantity A minus B. That is A minus B. Let its difference be as Z. Right? When I am taking the difference of these two physical quantities, the result that I am getting, that is taken as Z. Again, A can be represented as A plus minus delta A, that is its measured value. B is represented as B plus minus delta B, that is the measured value of B. So the error, the result that we are getting, that can also be represented as Z is equals to Z plus minus delta Z, right? So these equation can be represented as what? Thus equation 1 can be written as C. Z that is represented as Z plus minus delta Z. Here I am having A, so A can be represented as A plus minus delta A, right? Then minus, so over here minus, B is represented as what? That is B plus minus delta B, right? So opening up this bracket, what I get is A plus minus delta A minus B minus plus delta B, right? So this I can split in the form, first I need the physical quantities A in subtraction, that is A minus B. Then I can write it like this, plus minus delta A minus plus delta B. Okay. So taking the negative sign over here, or plus or minus sign common, what we get it as Z plus minus delta Z equals to A minus B. Taking plus minus common, and delta A over here, it will be minus delta B. So splitting this term, z is equals to a minus b, and plus minus delta z, that is equals to what? Now that is equals to plus minus delta a minus delta b. Now see, over here we cannot directly cancel this, right? Here we are having four different possibilities. Four possibilities, that is plus minus delta z, that can be written as plus delta a minus, okay, let me split this first, plus minus delta a minus plus delta b. So it can be written as this can be written as plus delta a minus delta b plus delta a plus delta b minus delta a minus delta b minus delta a and plus delta b. See, over here we can take these four possibilities, that is plus delta a minus delta b. Here see, delta a and delta b, that are error, and that is actually very small, right? So when we take the difference of very small values, if the final value will even get smaller, right? So we need to ignore this. Again over here we are having difference of this delta a and delta b. We need, this value is also very small, we need to ignore this. Here also we need to ignore this, because out of these four possibilities, these one will give me the maximum absolute error. So over here the delta z is taken as delta a plus delta b, right? So even for the difference, when we are taking the subtraction of two physical quantities, then what we are getting, the error in the result is like this. The error in the result here, delta z, that is what? The absolute error in z. We can write like this: the absolute error in the result is equal to the summation of the absolute error in the individual physical quantities. For subtraction, the absolute error in the result is the summation of the absolute error in the individual physical quantities. So the rule for addition and subtraction, that is same. That is for both addition and subtraction, you can write the same rule. That is, the absolute error in the result is equal to the summation of the absolute error in the individual physical quantities for both subtraction and the addition. So students, you may note down this. Now another mathematical operation for the errors, that is for product, that is for multiplication. Again now see, let us consider two physical quantities that is to be multiplied, and if we are having error in that two physical quantities, we will be getting error in the result, right? So let A and B be the physical quantities, and measured value of A can be represented as A plus minus delta A, where delta A is what? That is error in A. Next, measured value of B can be represented as B plus minus delta B, where delta B is what? That is error in the physical quantity B. Here we need to multiply these two physical quantities A and B. So the result that we will be getting is Z. So Z is equals to A into B. Now see, as the measured value of B can be represented as B plus minus delta B, measured value of A can be represented as A plus minus delta A, then the result that we are getting, that is also represented with the error. So these can be written as Z plus minus delta Z. That is the measured value of Z. Here now see, Z we have represented like this, Z plus minus delta Z. Here we are having A, which can be represented as what? A plus minus delta A. And B is represented as what? B plus minus delta B. Now see, opening this bracket, what we get over here? First multiplying the A term with B n plus minus delta B, then multiplying delta A with B n plus minus delta B. So it will be AB plus minus A delta B, then multiplying this term, that is plus minus B delta A plus minus delta A delta B. We have opened up this bracket and the terms are multiplied. Now see, both these sides we need to divide by what? Here the left hand side should be divided by Z and right hand side should be divided by AB, because see, Z is equals to AB, so it will be same thing, right? If you divide it over here by Z and divide over here by AB. So dividing LHS by Z and RHS by AB. So see, first I will be dividing the first term by Z. So Z by Z, that will be 1, plus minus dividing second term by Z. So that will be delta Z by Z equals to, now here the first term is divided by AB. So AB by AB, that will be 1, plus minus dividing this term A delta B by AB. A delta B by AB. So here A gets cancelled and we will be having delta B by B. Over here plus minus B delta A upon AB. So B gets cancelled. Over here it can be written as delta A by A dot delta B by B. So these equation here, see, 1 gets cancelled, right? So what we have, plus minus delta Z by Z equals to plus minus delta B by B plus minus delta A by A plus minus delta A by A dot delta B by B. Now see, this delta A by A and delta B by B, that is relative error in A and relative error in B, that is already very small. So when you take the product of these two, right, relative error in A and relative error in B, it becomes very small. So the value of that is negligible, right? So you can ignore this term as it is very small, negligible value. So we can ignore this. So what we will be having, plus minus delta Z by z equals to, we will be having only these terms, we are ignoring this term. So taking plus minus common, what I have is delta E by A plus delta D by B, right? This gets cancelled. So what we have is delta Z by Z equals to delta A by A plus delta D by B. So when you are taking the product of two physical quantities, then what error will be counted in the result? So we have derived this equation. So from this equation we can write that the relative error in the result is equal to summation of relative error in the individual quantities. When two physical quantities are multiplied, then the relative error in the result is equal to the summation of relative error of the individual quantities. This is the rule for the product of two physical quantities for finding the error, right? The combination of error when two physical quantities are multiplied. Okay. So first of all, you may note down this, right? And note down this also. Then I will be writing the rule, so you can note down in your note. So the rule can be written as when two physical quantities are multiplied, then the result, then the relative error in the result is equal to the summation of the relative error in individual quantities. You need to write by this equation only. When two quantities are multiplied, then the relative error, this is relative error in the result, is equal to summation of relative error in the individual quantities. So student, first you write down the rule for the product, and then you will be seeing the for the question. Now let us see, when two quantities are divided, then what sort of combination of error it will be getting, right? So for division, that means we can write for quotient, right? Again, when two physical quantities are divided, that is, let us consider A and B as two physical quantities. Let A and B be the physical quantities that is to be divided, right? The measured value of A can be represented as A plus minus delta A, and measured value of B that can be represented as B plus minus delta B. So we are dividing this, so the result that we will be getting, let us take it as Z. So Z is equals to A divided by B, right? So as we have written over here, A is represented A plus minus delta A, that is with its error, and the B is represented as B plus minus delta B, that is with its error. So in the result also you will be getting the error. So it can be represented as Z plus minus delta Z. And here A can be written as A plus minus delta A. B is written as B plus minus delta B, right? Over here taking Z common, so what can I write is Z, taking Z common, so here I will be having 1 plus minus, here I will be having delta Z by Z, right? In the same way, taking A common on the numerator part, so if I take A common, it can be written as 1 plus minus delta A by A, and in the denominator it can be written as B 1 plus minus delta B by B. So this is how it can be written. Now rearranging it, I can write it like this: Z plus 1 plus minus delta Z by Z equals to, writing over here, A by B, and 1 plus minus delta A by A, 1 plus minus delta B by B, right? So here I need to omit this Z and A by B over here. So what I need to do, divide left hand side by Z and divide right hand side by A by B. So dividing LHS by Z and RHS by A by B. So if I divide over here by Z, what I will be having is 1 plus minus delta Z by Z equals to, on this side I am dividing by A by B. So A by B over here, and if I divide that by A by B, this term gets cancelled. So what I have is 1 plus minus delta A by A upon 1 plus minus delta B by B. Now see, if I want to take this numerator part, denominator part in the numerator, I need to take the negative power, right? So this can be written as 1 plus minus delta Z by Z equals to 1 plus minus delta A by A into 1 plus minus delta B by B, taking negative power. Why? Because I have taken the denominator part in the numerator part. Now see, I need to solve these terms, 1 plus minus delta B by B raised to minus 1. These I need to solve by the binomial expansion, right? But since binomial expansion might not be known for the biology group, and it will be very tedious when we will be solving this, so you need to just remember, taking this negative power and multiplying with this second term, you will be getting the answer, right? So just for now, remember this, multiplying this power, that is minus 1, with this second term, right? So this can be rewritten as 1 plus minus delta Z by Z equals to 1 plus minus delta A by A, and if I multiply this with this, first term I have to write as it is, so it will be 1 and minus 1 should be multiplied over here, so it will be minus and plus, that will be minus, and minus minus will be plus, so it will be minus plus delta b by b. Right? Now what I need to do, I got this as the positive power. Now I need to open up this bracket. That means I need to multiply this one with both this term and multiply this second term again with both the terms. So it can be written as 1 plus minus delta z by z equals to, first multiplying this 1. So 1 into 1 and 1 with this. So minus plus delta b by b. Then I need to multiply this plus minus delta a by a with 1. That is again plus minus, that will be minus, and minus plus, that will be plus. So that will be minus plus delta a by a and plus minus, which is again plus minus minus plus delta a by a into delta b by b. So it can be rewritten as minus plus delta a by a delta b by b. Now cancelling this 1 from LHS and RHS, what I am having is plus minus delta z by z equals to, I need to again ignore this term. Again what we are having, the relative error in A, that is also small, relative error in B, that is also small. So when we are taking the product, the value that we are getting is negligible. So you need to ignore the product of the relative error of the two. So this term is ignored. So what I am having, this one gets cancelled. So I am having minus plus delta a by a minus plus delta b by b. Now see, again for this I am having 4 possible terms. That is minus delta a by a minus delta b by b. First term, okay, let me write minus delta a by a minus delta b by b. Then minus delta a by a plus delta b by b. In the same way, I will be having plus delta a by a minus delta b by b and plus delta a by a plus delta b by b. Now see, out of these 4 possible values, these first, second and third, these 3 values will be very small. And what value we need to choose? We need to choose such value that will be giving me the maximum value. So here when I take the summation of the relative error of the 2 quantities, this will be giving the maximum value out of these 4 possible values. So what I need to consider? I need to consider only this possibility. Again we can also write like this, delta z by z equals to minus plus delta a by a. You can write in this form also. So delta z by z equals to delta a by a plus delta b by b. And this shows what? That when you are taking the division of 2 physical quantities, then in the result what sort of error you will be getting? The relative error in the result is equal to the summation of the relative error in the individual quantities. It is same as that for the product. So first to note down this, then I will be writing the rule for the division. Let us write the rule. When two physical quantities are divided, then the relative error in the result is equal to the summation of the relative error in the individual quantities. So you may write down this rule. When two physical quantities are divided, then the relative error in the result is equal to summation of the relative error in the individual quantities. Now let us see the common rule, that is common rule for addition and subtraction, and there is a common rule for the product and the division, right? That you might see when you see the rule for the addition and subtraction and multiplication and division. So common rule for addition and subtraction, that is when two physical quantities are added or subtracted, then the absolute error in the result is equal to the summation of the absolute error in individual quantities. For addition, when two physical quantities are added or subtracted, then the absolute error in the result is equal to the summation of the absolute error in the individual quantities. Now see, common rule for product and quotient. It can be written as when two physical quantities are multiplied or divided, then the relative error in the result is equal to the summation of the relative error in the individual quantities. When two physical quantities are multiplied or divided, then the relative error in the result is equal to the summation of the relative error in the individual quantities. So this is the common rule for addition and subtraction, and this is the common rule for product and quotient. For addition and subtraction, there is addition of the absolute error of the individual quantities, and for the product and quotient, there is summation of the relative error in the individual quantity. So students, you may note down.